you talked about your why. I love that because that like finding your why, like why are you doing this? Why are you putting yourself through the ringer again and again? What is your why? And what was the clarity that got you to that point?
Mm. I like being the boulder in the middle of the river. I love the feeling of being mentally still and composed and powerful, despite the fact that everything in my reality is pushing me in another direction, that it's trying to, sort of beat me up. Remember, being up in the rigging on the ship when, this tiny little ship way down there, it looks very small when you're way up on the second yard arm and everything's swaying, to be the one that's able to relax the muscles in your body that aren't required in this moment, to relax the breathing to the steady flowing state that's rhythmic and complete, right? Complete exhales, complete inhales, and emptying the mind to just the bare attention of the present moment. I get off on being calm when, everything is pushing me towards freaking out. It's a really fun process that you're never done with. You're still going to get startled. I say you can strap the Dalai Lama to a train track and he can meditate all he wants to, but when you blow a train horn in the distance, he's going to be sweating.
It's a great analogy.
Yep. It all begins with breathing, in my experience, to become aware of your breathing. What does your current breathing cycle look like? And even do some experiments ahead of time to see how you can change the way you feel, and therefore the thoughts that naturally occur to you based on that emotional state by breathing differently. Mm-hmm. So how does, for instance, a squash player that knows that the person that they're competing against is way over their head and their mom's here watching, you know what I mean? Where they feel this, this emotional, visceral thing, and they have all this cognitive stuff that's supporting it, and they're seeing in their mind's eye the failure. It's already become clear. How do you breathe when you're in that emotional state? It's high frequency, low amplitude, intermittent breathing, where you can't inhale all the way because the intercostal muscles are squeezing the rib cage. You're just not physically able to expand. And likewise, the exhale usually is not fully efficient. You're not getting rid of all the CO2, and you're locked up into this shallow, quick breathing. Mm-hmm. So if you were to actually do it ahead of time, and just observe, how do you feel when you breathe like a scared person, to sort of observe how you feel when you let yourself breathe like that. Mm-hmm. And then to do the opposites, right? Trying different techniques. Box breathing is one of the things that we teach the military guys a lot. One of the things I've done a lot of is working with military guys. I started talking about breathing. I couldn't believe how much they already knew.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice. Like, well, wait a minute. I shouldn't be surprised at that. But I thought I was coming into this, as this, contemplative guy that they've never heard any of this stuff before. They just only know machine guns and bombs. No,
they knew it, eh?
Not at all. And to go deeper into this idea of a long, slow, complete exhale and a hold in the exhale for a period of time, and then a long, slow inhale. It still doesn't necessarily address the ever-expanding nature of the necessity of your breathing. You need to go bigger up and bigger down, bigger in, bigger out. And so to sort of visualize, not a box, because I don't think it's square. The way I observe my own breathing in these moments is to inhale in a sort of a round way in your mind, and then when you get to the top end, possibly releasing a little, and then inhaling a little bit more. So you're spiraling upward.
So those little sips I've heard are quite powerful.
Yes, right. And then gently, slowly releasing as you relax your body, as you become still, as you keep your eyes still. We do that a lot in the airplane before when we're riding up to altitude. You pick a bolt, something in the plane that's not moving, not the back of the nervous guy in front of you. You hold still, and now you're not feeding your brain more novel information.
Mm. Love
And
that.
the
Love
same
that.
thing on the bottom, trying to push it down with each little micro exhale, the sips, as you say, but in reverse.
Mm.
Really make sure that you're letting it go. And what are you letting go? Not just air, right? You're letting go of the negative thought process. You're letting go of the doubts. You're letting go of the voice of the bully when you're a little kid that says you're not good enough, right? All of that, that inner critic, it's got, I'm going to say, cut it away, right? So if your parachute doesn't open, you pull a cutaway handle, that first parachute is gone. And then you
Mm-hmm.
open the second parachute. And I think it's an important model to have in our mind as a paradigm, that sometimes everything that you've been thinking for the past 10 minutes or something is really not serving you. Pull the cutaway handle and fill it with awareness of breath, awareness of body, awareness of present moment, and then allow that to be a space in which you deliberately visualize what you do desire, who you want to be, how do you want it to feel. Your sense of power is your I think that's the opposite of fear in my model.
Mm.
My model, a sense of
Nice.
control over it.